大家好，我是伊莲娜，欢迎收看这一集《走心的人》。这将是我们《走心的人》从影以来、开拍以来邀请到最大咖的讲师，就是我的老师 Dr. Stephen Gilligan。Welcome to our video shooting.
Great to be here. Great to be here.
I'm really honored to have you as one of our guests.
Great. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. So let's go to our topic. 想要请教 Dr. Stephen Gilligan， 当时是什么样的契机或是动机，让你想要走入自己的心？As there's a path going inside into your own heart, and when was the journey beginning? When and why, and what sort of occasion or incident or accident led you into your own heart?
In this lifetime,
I'm sure, yes.
It's a really interesting question. It's usually difficult to say there was this one point, but I think it's been a combination for me of sort of really deep, positive, joyful experiences, and also deep experiences of suffering. And I think that that's the case for most people on their awakening of their journey. I mean, when I think about, what I was doing as a child, one of the most amazing experiences I had when I was a kid, I had a number of times, and I still remember it vividly, when I would be at our family get-togethers, like the Christmas or Easter, where we'd have the whole extended family. And I was always a kid that was sort of tranced out. I was reading all the time. There was a lot of trauma in my family, so I think I lived sometimes in other worlds. But at these get-togethers, I would be feeling, I'd usually be off in the corner someplace just observing, and I would feel this amazing connection to different family members, my grandfather or my mother or my aunt. And I would find myself, as a young child, you don't have a lot of self-awareness, but just completely sort of in this trance, and I could feel, it's like I could feel their soul. I could feel this deeper sense of who these people, that they were my family, and I loved them all so much. And I felt this deep, deep connection. And then I just assumed that when they went to open their mouth and speak, that the words that they would use would be somehow relevant or sharing what I felt inside of them. And often the words would be totally unrelated or even contradictory. And it was a real jolt to me. And I remember thinking, wow, that's so interesting that the way people talk about themselves feels so different from how I experience them at a deeper level. And I remember thinking in some way, I think I'm going to be doing this for the rest of my life.
You mean observing people?
Being in that state, I mean, to me, the beauty of the work that I do is when I do the work, I feel people at such a deep level. Usually it's not allowed in normal social.
Exactly.
Yeah, but if I feel this, I can feel like 10 times greater feeling and subtlety, and just the sort of the beauty and all these things that are deeper than the performance mask, the sort of the social mask that people usually put out into the world. So I think that was there during those experiences. I remember feeling it in a lot of different I think that's what got me interested in psychology. And then when I met Milton Erickson when I was 19, I was a university student. My feeling was it was so deep because I felt this guy was so further ahead of me on that path. I think I knew a lot about trance. I didn't know much about anything else, but I thought I knew about trance because I had to live in it. And when I saw Erickson, he was like Yoda or the master, and something inside of me is like caught on fire in my soul. And I remember this quiet voice that said, "This is why you're here."
This is why you're here.
Yeah, this is why you're here. And that fire hasn't gone out, despite sometimes I try to put it out. It'd be easier just to go unconscious. But, over the years I found the more I tried to ignore it, the more damage I caused to myself and to everything and everybody that I love. So it's a way of connecting that I think I found as a child that I periodically would return to, and then it became my work, and then I think it became a way of life that I had to honor if I wanted to still be a good person in the world.
Very nice and very poetic answer. I thought about your answer somehow, but you put it in a very beautiful way that you can look into people's souls, and then you understand how different they could show in their social masks.
Yeah.
I believe that also brings you some suffering as well from that difference.
Tremendous suffering. I think life has such deep suffering. You can't avoid it. And I don't mean that you need to get lost in it or destroyed by it. But there's a lot about life. In Buddhism, they say joy and suffering are the twins. Bittersweet, And what we've learned in the work from that soul level is the soul is sort of this deeper presence than positive or negative or joy or suffering. So the soul is this place where you can hold it all. You can hold it all. And then I think you start to have freedom and this capacity to be able to heal it and transform it.
第一个问题大家听懂了吗？听不懂的话，欢迎来参加我们的催眠工作坊。听老师讲话真的非常的享受，就连在 interview 的时候，我都觉得我是在被非常温柔的催眠体验当中。